tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Woo! Hello. Yes! Finally, we don't get to like sway on a boat today.
I know.
Let's like not sway. Let's just sway with Ozzy.
That's right. We got some pep in our step tonight.
I love it.
Thanks, Bloodline, for choosing this song in your rolling credits.
Yeah. Thank you for stirring it up for us.
That's right. We like it. We like it stirred. Stirred, not shaken. I don't know. There was something there. Anyways, hello. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Bloodline After Show right here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We are about to embark on Season 1, Episode 10 for you guys.
Deuce. That's a deuce, right?
No.
No?
A deuce
oh,
is
that's
a 2.
A deuce.
A 10 is a...
Diaz?
Diaz?
Sure. Sorry.
We'll go with that.
Allison didn't eat dinner, so just forgive her right now.
She doesn't. Happening.
It's a deuce times 5.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Bam.
We're there. We made it. Be sure to find us on YouTube at youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. And if you are in the mood for some podcasting, you can also find us on SoundCloud and iTunes.
Bop, bop.
We are there. We are there. So we have an exciting episode tonight. We have a surprise that was even a surprise for us. We thought
that's the best kind.
Yes, we thought we were just going to be holding it down tonight, but we had a little last minute change of plan. Mm-hmm. It's going to be exciting.
It's a goodie.
When you make everyone on Facebook your bestie, you can pull favors like this.
You got some strings.
No, it's only because your name is Marielou Mandl. Don't get it twisted.
Right? I know.
Marielou Mandl. Find me on all social media at Marielou Mandl.
That's right. Way to kick it off, girl. I like that.
You know, let's do it.
And you would do the same. If you are in love with Marielou Mandl, then you might love me too. So you should find me at the Alison Dean on all social media.
And I guess that lumps me in on that whole arena. If you love my gals, maybe you'll love me too. I'm your host, Blake V. You can find me on all the social media at Blake V Media.
Here we are.
There we have it.
I loved this episode, guys.
This one was a freaking doozy. I was just like, wah,
Blake just texted me. She was like, get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever you think is happening is not happening. I had a flashback to some of our previous episodes where it was prediction time and we had our guests and they were all just laughing at us because we have no idea what's happening. Mm-hmm. I felt like that every minute of this episode. I'm like, oh, is this going to happen? Nope, not happening. Like,
I'm trying to recall like some of our past prediction stuff and I'm trying to think. I'm going to have to go back.
I feel like
they're all
it was all wrong. Just all wrong.
Just everything was wrong.
Everything was wrong. Yes. So.
I don't believe it yet.
No, you're going to go. You don't believe anything, Allison.
Until the last episode happens.
Right. Allison's a tough customer.
Alec comes back.
Yep, that's going to happen.
That's the only thing we know.
That's happening.
Thanks to Allison. Mm-hmm. That is the only thing we know.
She's going to see him in New York. Fine.
Yeah.
So in honor of our special guest today, can you see it when I wink? In honor of our special guest today, my girls didn't bring their blonde wigs.
I tried.
I got mine on today.
We didn't want to take away from your limelight.
You know what? You girls are so considerate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just shining.
You know, because we were just
emanating in the blondness
Speaking of being
over here.
so considerate.
Yes.
We would love for all of our viewers out there to do us a solid and be so considerate. And we love when you engage with us, comment, talk to us, tweet us, YouTube comment us, all that jazz. And right now there's an excellent survey going on podcast1.com. It's a brief survey. It'll only take you about 3 minutes. podcast1.com, and basically it'll give us some feedback, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what needs some improvement, but hopefully not a lot because you hopefully love us. And yes, it would be awesome blossom if you would all go and do that, because I don't know how long it's going to be going on for, so get on in that. podcast1.com. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm convinced.
Okay.
I'm headed there right after this.
Good thing, Blake.
Let's do this. Let's get this done, people.
I like it. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So be considerate. Thanks. Okay, there we are.
There you have it. There you have it. Your good deed for the day. Your podcast one visit. So this episode was so intense. I feel like I don't even know where to start. I feel like the first thing I want to say is, what is in the shed?
What is in the shed?
Drugs.
Yeah. But like, what else? I mean, I feel like the way that
tools.
it's... Yes. No, I feel like there's more than just drugs in
Bodies.
the shed.
There's a body in there?
Could be. I don't know. I don't know anything. With
She
what's-
definitely Meg looked slightly... Well, she's such a good actress that I think she just... It probably is nothing. It's probably like a teddy bear or something... No, it's not that.
Oh, they're tricking us once again.
Yeah.
Making us think it's bigger than it is.
I think, yeah.
And then Meg with the shocking moment with her confession.
I think she had just honestly reached the point where she didn't want to feel entrapped by not knowing what Danny was going to do or not knowing how Danny was going to step up and say something. And I think she just had it.
Yep, I 100% agree. And it makes me think of, I think it was last episode where Danny called her out and she straight up told him, look, go outside and tell. Go outside and tell Marco exactly what it is. I don't want you holding this over my head. And we all said, would she really? Is that really okay? And absolutely. Here she proved it. She is a lady of her word, and I think she just doesn't like any BS.
I think there's this piece of her that doesn't necessarily want to be married either. I think there's a big piece of her where she wants to get out of the small town. She wants to go to the big city. She wants to be freed from her relationship. And I just think it's a level of, she doesn't want it. So she's like, well, let me close this door. Because I don't think Marco's gonna, I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for Marco to
come around, to bounce back.
Yeah. Well, speaking of doors that have been closed, poor Rafi.
Poor Rafi!
Gino, is it you?
Yes, it's me.
Yes!
Why can't we see you yet? I feel like...
I tried calling through Skype and it didn't work.
Oh.
Well, we're glad that you were able to call us the last minute because we watched the episode and we're like, good Lord.
This was like Rafi episode.
This was a heavy Rafi.
It was fun. It was a good one.
Can we hear ourselves in the background right now? Or do you have the YouTube like up right now of us?
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
I was like,
Gotta see what's going on.
as much as I'm delighted to hear myself in this capacity, I'm like...
Yeah, but you were so wonderful in this, and like now chatting with you a few times, I was like, he's such a nice guy, but like, ooh, is he seemed like a bad dude.
You're a convincing actor.
Yes, good job.
Thank you.
No, yeah, he had some really good moments in this for sure. The scene where he and Danny were under the bridge and you guys were talking about, well, Danny was, I think, pressing you for information about all the different types of bad business you've gotten into. I thought we saw some really heartwarming moments from you.
Yeah, because he's like, no, we don't want to, we're not into that business.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not worth it.
And it really did reveal that the whole trafficking whole thing that went down, he wanted to, he really did not want it to go down the way it did. So interesting that we finally learned this.
That was rough.
Yeah.
See, Rafi is not bad.
Rafi, yes.
I know, he has a heart.
He's just trying to make some money. He's not trying to blow up little girls.
Right. So Gino, when you were playing this character, did you know the entire time that he had a good heart underneath it all? Or did you think that he was like just
bad to the
badass
bone
dude the whole entire time?
I had no idea I had a heart.
Oh,
really? Until this episode?
Honestly, up until that episode, I thought Rafi was heartless.
Interesting. That doesn't surprise me because I feel like what the creators do is they don't want anybody to know too much about their character. Mm-hmm. They want things to be revealed as the filming days go on.
Yeah. So they didn't fill me in. They did tell me that originally they wrote something else different for my, for what happened. Can I say it? Yeah, right. Since episode 10.
That's episode 10. Sadly, we should say a prayer.
Okay. yeah. R.I.P. Rafi.
I know, it was so unexpected.
I turned to Blake because she walked in as I was watching those final moments, and I was like, "Are they gonna blow up the boat?" And she was like, "Just keep watching."
I'm like, everything you're thinking, that's not gonna happen.
But I did have a suspicion that they might treat you poorly.
Yeah. So what was it that they were actually going to do, or what was the other
They were
idea?
originally actually going to do that. They were going to have me get on the boat. It drives away, then it was going to explode.
Thank you, Alison Dean.
like James Bond style.
Dang.
But,
Oh, you could have went up in flames.
Instead, they got you with the
Yeah.
wire.
but they wanted to make it more personal, so that's why they did the strangulation.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what was it like dying?
Yeah, tell us about dying.
What
Honestly,
type
it was
of?
rough.
It was rough to die.
It was really rough. They put me on this thing called a jerk vest, and it goes under your wardrobe, and it has a hoop, like a little loop at the back of your neck, and that's where they tie in the rope that goes in front of your neck. So every time they jerk you up, you're not hurt.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Interesting.
thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, we did that out in the sun. It took a long time to do it, so I was mentally and physically exhausted from it.
Oh my
and it was just
gosh.
kind of rough. It's like, this is it. Damn it, it's over for me.
Oh, so emotional.
Yeah.
Even after all that Danny did to try and save your butt.
Yeah. I mean, I still ride for Danny. Danny's still my dog.
Yeah.
That wasn't his fault.
No.
No,
It wasn't him.
it wasn't him.
Yeah, I was really bummed about it because
Yeah,
now
it was-
that we have like a personal connection with Rafi.
I know.
Right? So we're like,
We're like, no,
Did you guys
Gino.
like the chase? Were you guys convinced or not?
I didn't think it was you in the car.
I did.
I had a feeling it was not you in the car. Like there was I think initially, and then I turned to Blake and I was like, he's not in the car.
however, was convinced.
I didn't think it was gonna be which is, I guess I should have seen through that, but I didn't think it was gonna be the guy that it was. I actually was thinking it might be Carlos that got out of the car. So initially I thought it might be, yes, that's what I was thinking. And then we saw the other guy, and I was like, really? When did that exchange happen?
I
But,
know.
Yeah.
I know. I was convinced.
He was the kid that was at the gas station.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like panhandling. He was like asking for money. You're like, I'll give you some money. Here, get in this car and drive it here. How about that?
Yeah, I wasn't sure that it was actually Rafi until it stopped and his arms came out and I saw like tattoos on his arms because in the earlier scene I was like, oh, he's got a bunch of tattoos. I wonder if those are real. And then I was like, oh, okay, it must be him, and it wasn't.
No.
Second question,
Yeah.
Gino, are they real?
Are your tattoos real?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're very real.
Very real, Mary Lou.
Very real.
Very real.
They've been on it. You've had those tattoos for a while. I can tell.
Yeah.
They're worn in.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, I'm, yeah.
Allison is our in-house tattoo expert.
You wear them well, Gino.
Thank you.
It's good. You found a niche. I like it.
Okay, so I'm just super excited because like literally you were in almost every moment of this episode. It was exciting. I want to know a little more about how you prepared to film this episode. Like, was it in a couple days close to one another, or was it spread out over time? How was it kind of preparing for this particular episode and all of these scenes?
I had maybe about a week, and the scene I was trying to prepare for the most was the scene with Danny. I
Under the
wanted
bridge?
to have that scene down.
Yes.
The one under the bridge. Yeah.
That was a great scene.
And so yeah, I had about a week, and I would just I just read through it a bunch and just like really get in the zone, and just make sure I have every line down. But one thing I was worried about was actually I wasn't worried. I was just very excited when I read the script and I saw the scene of how just the chase thing. That was my first time seeing that. They don't tell you these things. So I was like reading the script, not knowing I was going to die. And then when I got to that, I was like, oh my God, no.
There's nobody that preps you and they're handing you the script and they're like, hey, listen, bro, like this is
This is it.
It's the end.
This is it.
You die in this one.
Yeah,
just let you get
so
there.
It was very exciting, though, to be honest. Like, just reading that and the whole car chase thing. I was fooled. I was like, oh, cool, this is rad. And no, it wasn't.
No. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm not, in fact, in the car chase. It's someone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's
You
like,
know what?
sweet, I'm going to get away.
And I'm never, ever going to the Bahamas.
You are never. That is
Sadly,
true.
Never.
no spending cash for you either. No.
Nope. None at all.
No.
Yeah, no, I totally thought that he was going to be fine until what was it, John and Danny are talking and he's like, oh, we'll get him eventually. He's like, I don't think you will. And I was like, oh, no.
See, I actually didn't. That was not what tipped it for me. It wasn't that conversation because I when Danny said that to me, that was he's going to the Bahamas. That wasn't it.
Right.
It was
That's how they meant that.
Yeah.
but it was more of like for some reason it was like how Wayne looked at him, or there was some like weird setup where it like just everything seemed off, and I was like, he gonna die.
He going to die. Okay, I am clearly very gullible because I did not see any of this happening all episode. I was on board for everything they were setting me up for. I'm like, Rafi's in the car. Wait, no, he's not in the car. Rafi's going to the Bahamas. No, he ain't going to the Bahamas. Like,
That blonde is real.
that blonde is real. Yeah, I was. It's because I love you, girl. I'll let that slide. Just saying.
Hey, I miss my redhead from the beginning of the season.
I know. I'm
Hey,
switching everything
where are
up.
the wigs? What happened?
Gino, I don't look good as a blonde. Let me tell you, you would have been offended to see that. You would have been like,
Neither
take it
do
off,
I.
girl, take
You
it
should have
off.
heard this- You should have heard all the things I've been hearing from my friends when I had my bleached hair. It was nonstop.
Oh, what kind of things did you get?
I probably can't say them because I can't curse on this show.
Oh no,
Oh no.
that
But you
kind of stuff.
can you can tweet them to us later.
Yeah, let us know. We want to know.
Yeah, there's no censorship on Twitter.
Yeah,
Is your
it's fine.
hair back to normal now?
It is back to normal. It's black and slick back.
It's black
Black
and slick.
and-
It's
black and
black.
slick.
Yeah, okay. Like Gino Vento.
I try to keep the bad guy thing going.
Oh,
Just in
right
life. That's just life vibe for you.
yeah, you know.
He's like, that's how I do.
You know.
I apologize, Blake. I don't really think that you're dumb for being blonde.
It's okay, girl.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
I love you. It's
I feel
okay.
so bad.
I accept
Blake
it.
didn't believe you. Don't worry.
Accept
She didn't believe you. She was like, what's Marielou saying?
Roll
I
that right
didn't
off.
get most of it anyway,
Yeah.
either in the episode. And
I'm just saying, I was picking up what they were putting down. I'm like, I'm with you. It was surprising me.
We got
This
a lot of
epi-
interesting flashbacky stuff.
We did. We had a ton. Gino, are you good to hang on the line with us and talk over the rest of the episode that you were not in? Seeing as you were in so much of it.
He said yes.
Yes.
I think he said yes.
All good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, awesome. Let's do this. Okay. So speaking of the flashback things, that was a great introduction. Let's go
dive
down
on
that
in.
road. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe the first flashback that we saw was dealing with Sally. We're seeing a lot more of Sally lately, and we're seeing her whole dealing with the issue of Sarah and that whole time frame and how she had to run away. So we learn in this episode when she's chatting with John and she's starting to divulge a little more about her life, we learn that she was about to leave Robert.
Who said that last week?
Did you say that?
Yes.
Allison, you know all this.
Everyone else thought she was leaving to get married. You all said, or someone said, was this 2 episodes ago? I don't know, but we were talking about this, and you guys were like, she's packing up because she's leaving her family to get married. I was like,
I don't think, I think I said that she was leaving because we all saw the picture of her family.
I know.
And so she left after the whole Sarah thing.
Right.
oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I felt is that she left because she was like, oh, this Sarah thing's going down. I can't be here for this.
Well,
But yeah, like, turns out she left and then the stuff went down.
Yeah.
Right.
So do we think maybe she was leaving Robert because of what happened to Sarah, or was it more than that?
no, it was before the Sarah thing even happened.
Oh.
The Sarah thing happened because Sarah saw them argue, or heard them arguing, and Sally
right,
opened
and
the
Danny
door,
took
and
her
then she's
away.
like,
Danny
"Take
took her on the boat.
So she blames
Yes.
herself for Sarah's death.
I think this was spawned from the Robert aggression type stuff. Like, so we know that he had a temper, we know that he was an aggressive man, and so obviously some stuff went down, and I'm like, man, it went down after 5 kids though? Like, oofda.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's some bad timing.
She looked pretty good for having 5 kids. I was like, wow, young Sally,
Well, she hooked up with him when she was 17.
they got busy quick though.
She got started early.
yeah, they
both
really
did.
they got a rolling pretty quickly there. 5 kids.
I know. It's quite a few kids.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a babe.
Yeah.
She is a babe.
She's
That
a
is
babe.
true.
I like
is
it.
true.
I like it. I like it.
Definitely. Yeah, and so I feel like that was just so surprising to find out the whole Robert thing. I'm still waiting for my Sally unraveling moment, personally.
It's probably gonna happen soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Because that's gonna be my season highlight.
It was interesting though, because now we understand why Sally is so possessive over Danny, but it also brought me it caused me to think, She also, though, hasn't been very generous with Danny monetarily. And so that kind of confused me because obviously she harbors a lot of guilt over what happened and why Danny is the way he is. But at the same time, when he's asking like, hey, Mom, I need some money, she's giving the bellhop tons of money, but she's not giving her own son money. So that was like a story disconnect for me. I was like, that doesn't really make sense.
For me, it kind of does. Because I feel like she is probably saying like, I want to provide a safe environment for my son, but I'm worried what he'll do with the money. So I don't want to give him too much money in case he is using it on drugs or weapons or like whatever else he might be using it on.
Okay.
So that's her like motherly way of like justifying. I won't give him money, but I'll give him everything else he needs here.
Okay,
for
I
life.
can see that.
Right, but she's even like going to pick his side, right? Which she yells at John, she's like, "Don't make me pick sides because I will." And I felt that was
Precisely.
very much I'm gonna choose Danny.
Well,
Yes.
until she knows that Danny be selling drugs, and then she's like, no, 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 and using my motel, Holiday Inn as a place to traffic all the drugs through. No,
Part
no,
of
no.
me kind of had a vision of a scene where she like where she finds out, and then she's like, "Well, great, what's my cut?"
Oh,
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, which I don't know if that character would, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe Sally's a little gangster. And she's like, great.
Is that a prediction?
is that a prediction? Gina wants to know. That's
Gino,
a prediction.
Is it,
I think it might be.
official? Yeah, it's gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah,
He
why
thinks
not?
it's good. I think you're on the right track.
When I write my
Marielou.
Bloodline fan fiction,
There you go.
Sally,
That's gonna be the
is a
alternate
real
story.
Gangster. And
Yeah.
she like becomes like the head of the like Key West Mafia.
Totally. I see it. I see it happening. Yeah, and I agree with you when you said that when she announced, like, don't make me choose sides, John. You're not gonna like when I have to do that. You're not gonna like me when I choose sides. No. I totally thought that too. I totally thought she was implying I'm gonna choose Danny, which was super surprising for me because I feel like they've set it up this whole entire season that she's, pro-family, meaning the rest of her children and Robert and all this. And Danny's really been kept on the outside. But when she said that and stood up for him that way, I was very surprised.
I was not surprised.
Okay.
I felt like what she's seeing of Danny right now is that he's putting so much effort into the inn and he's being, the noble son and he's being charming and the guests love him and all these different things. So she's seeing only the side that he wants to reveal to her and making her dinner and they're smoking joints at the end of the night together. So I think for her, she's seeing all the effort and so she's going to be the first to come to bat to be like, no, I'm not going to turn my back on my son.
That makes sense. And I got to just toss this in there to wrap it up about Sally. But the moment where she and Danny were sitting on the porch and they were, talking and drinking, I think.
It got serious.
It got so serious.
Yeah.
And then they're talking and it's okay. And then suddenly Danny references Sarah. And immediately it's like this whole feeling comes over the conversation of like, oh, that's the taboo name that you're not supposed to say.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
And then she's kind of looking off in the distance and the camera shows Danny's look towards Sally and it was so sinister.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't
like he's
it?
trying to unravel everyone from the inside out.
Yes.
Even his mom. Like,
He better get the Emmy. That's all I got to say.
Gino, is he going to win the Emmy?
That guy is like...
Are we all Team Danny in that respect?
Ben Mendelsohn, man, he's a powerhouse,
He
that
rules.
one.
Oh, so question for you
he's the
then,
man.
Gino.
the man.
When you guys were prepping for your scene, like, is he in character like all the time? Is he one of those actors, or is he turn it on when the cameras roll?
I mean, kind of. Just the way his personality is very, like, cool. Like, his character came off as drunk on set, So on set, he came off as if he was kind of drunk, But I think it's just the way he talks. He's very, like, laid back and, yeah, what's up, man? Kind of mumbles a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So I would guess that he's like kind of in character,
Okay.
I know he's he's very cool guy and very laid back, and it shows in his acting, like that it's Ben Mendelsohn as Danny.
And then as an actor, like doing scenes with him, like, did you take anything away that's like you're like, sweet, I'm gonna use this forever now?
Oh yeah, he told me just when we did the scene at the bar in episode 8.
Yep.
We were rehearsing, and he just like we went over the lines a bunch. Then like he kind of like cut me off like, oh, all right, I said, you got it, don't worry about it. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, just do it, just do it, you know it, right? So just do it, let it out. I was like, all right, cool. And so And just being subtle, not just, being very small but powerful is something I definitely learned from him.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that in your scenes.
Yeah, and speaking of your favorite scene under the bridge, did you guys get to work together a lot ahead of time preparing that scene? Did you guys run lines with each other, together ahead of time?
Just maybe like as soon as we got to set, like 5 minutes before.
Really?
We'll run the dialogue back and forth, and then that's it.
Oh my gosh, so you had to like straight up jump right into it with him in that scene for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then you littered. You threw the beer on the ground.
Well, oh my God, the beer. Okay, so Rafi drinks a lot of beer, as you guys saw. I usually have a beer on me. So whenever there was liquid in my beer bottle, it was always ginger ale. I like ginger ale a lot.
Yes!
And I had to chug this drink and toss the bottle. And we did so many different sides, like different takes, different angles, master shot, close-up, mediums. So my stomach was full of ginger ale. Full of ginger ale.
Oh my God.
I was so full. And
I bet you had to take a break from ginger ale for a while after that.
I had my first, we shot that, I think, like in September last year. I had my first ginger ale since then yesterday.
That'll do it.
Oh,
that'll do it.
Wow.
And Ben kind of like, I was holding my stomach. It was very clear that I was starting to get a stomach ache. And Ben looked at me and kind of laughed, like, like rookie move, and I laughed, and he goes, "It's all good, man. The pain is temporary, the glory is forever." And I was like, "Oh, right on, man. That's
Ben
cool."
Mendelsohn. God,
Look at those
guy.
nuggets of wisdom.
Nuggets.
Look at
Man.
that. All right, so that's another tip you took away. Another acting tip from him is don't fill your cup with ginger ale. Right?
No, water.
Water next time.
Water.
Yeah, but beer is pretty filling. So, in terms of getting very full off of the ginger ale, it was like an authentic, exchange. If it wasn't beer, it was ginger ale. And,
That's like a meal. It's like a meal right there.
It is filling like an actual beer. I like it.
If you drink a lot of it.
It's very,
sounds like he did.
Very filling.
Very filling.
And we shot that after lunch, too. So
Oh,
Lord.
After all that craft services, no bueno.
What kind of food did they have on set?
Yeah, was it delish? Tell us about the food.
Tell us about your eating.
it
Because
was
I'm hungry.
great.
I didn't
It
eat
was
dinner.
great. Honestly, that's one of the reasons. So before I started doing acting and principal work, I did a few background gigs, and that's what kept me coming back.
The food
on set.
I love
Yes.
it. Oh, he was like, I gotta give you some more craft service.
I was like,
love it.
oh my God, this is great. I'm coming back. But then I started taking classes and booking principal roles and started taking it seriously, and I still get the food. So
Yes.
It's a win-win, Gino. It's a win-win.
You get treated a little bit better. You don't have to wait in a line of 500 people.
Did they have
No, you don't.
I want to know if they had like Florida-centric meals on set. Like, were you being served fresh seafood and such, or were they serving you just like standard whatever fare?
No, they had fish sometimes. I don't think it was like a Florida thing, but they cater to everybody's diet. So they have seafood, they have chicken, a meat.
Okay.
Red meat, salad,
All right.
It was very tasty though.
Were all the people that work for craft services wearing Hawaiian shirts?
No. They
Okay.
actually they had like black T-shirts with their logos on it. Their sleeves are always rolled up. They always look.
It was
very
far
cool,
more
actually.
professional than that, Allison.
Whatever.
No, what Allison
Whatever,
really
then.
wants to know is if right now you are wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think he is.
I'm not, but I
But-
did audition for something recently, and I did wear a Hawaiian shirt.
That
Nice.
counts, I'll let that. I'll let that count. That's
That makes
fine.
Allison very happy.
That's
Gino,
okay.
thank you for running through the menu with us.
I know.
We wanted to know.
I was salivating. It's okay. It's good. Before we totally veer off topic with the scene between Danny and his mom, did you all? I gravitated to the sentence where he said, "Those were the days, Mom. It was just paradise for all of us," and I thought that was pretty interesting because it was though he was saying something that he was saying I hated my life basically.
Yeah.
In that sentence,
I 100%.
I don't think Sally
that.
got that though. No. Okay.
No, because it was lumped in with the whole moment where he brought back up Sarah.
Yeah.
And obviously Sarah was the turning point where his life was no longer paradise.
I know. What a cute kid he was too as a kid.
I know.
Danny. Anyway.
I know.
What a
Great
shame.
casting.
What a
Great casting
shame.
in this show. Okay, so John had a very involved storyline in this episode as well.
Yes.
He, of course, had the whole ongoing case situation, of course, with Raffi. And so, you know, he continuously was finding little pieces of information leading him ultimately to the car chase and everything that was going on, you know, in terms of finally getting to the bottom of this case, which has been plaguing us all season.
Right.
But really what it led to was the interrogation moment with Danny, which was very intense.
Yes, it was.
Yes. So he kind of put it out there, threatened Danny initially and said, like, look, man, we're on to you. So you need to come in and give yourself up and we'll go easy on you. And so then in a very twisted way, Danny shows up. He shows up and we're led to believe that he truly is there to help his bro out and give himself up and, you know, give the deets and, you know, go through this whole, jump through all these hoops that John has set up for him. And no.
You know, I think for me, there was a part of me that thought he was definitely not going to step up to the plate just because of the things that he has said previously about Eric is his only family and stuff like that. I think he has turned in that regard. You know, I also think that John, it was a desperate plea for John. I think his mom made him feel like poop, and that's what it was. I think if that had not gone down between he and his mom, I don't think he would have approached Danny. I think he full on would have let Danny get set up by the feds and all that.
Even with his wife? Because his wife also was kind of egging on the situation of provoking the Danny situation and trying to find out where that money went. And, you know, she was kind of egging on that situation of getting Danny out of their lives and finding out more about him. And
I don't think that she would have been the impetus for him to have approached Danny about what was going on and what dealings he was doing with Wayne and Raffi. I think it was for sure the conversation he had with his mom.
Right, because he hears the phone call. He definitely recognizes his brother's voice.
He totally did on that soundbite. It was like he knew the way that the intonations of the voice. He was like, he didn't want to say it, but he knew.
yeah.
Yeah, so he recognizes that, and then he goes to, like, his wife and then his kid. Like, he knows at this point, then he's like, kids, why is Danny bringing you home? We don't want you to hang out with him. We can't tell you why.
Right.
Mom, don't, you know, trust him. I can't tell you why. So he's already onto it. This is where he's trying to, like, prep everybody. But I think he still wasn't sure what he was going to do until Mom made him feel like poop.
For sure. And actually, I think that had it not been for Eric O'Bannon having those gas cans in his in the van, nothing would have gone down. I mean, why did he have those? Like, that was dumb. Dumb Eric O'Bannon.
Well, isn't that like story of his life?
Yeah,
right?
dumb.
Like,
hello, dumb.
Yeah, dumb guy in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Always.
I felt bad for Chelsea too. I was like, oh, this girl's not getting she just, she's keeping all these bad guys in her life. She's just dealt a bad hand.
And the mom.
Oh, her mom?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a mess.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh yeah.
That was a mess.
Yeah, she comes from a messy situation, for sure.
She needs
And
a
the
break.
mom had a very distinct opinion about Danny.
Yes.
So I was like, what's going on with that? Like, it's not just another guy. Like, specifically, like, is it she hates Rayburns? She hates Danny? Because I feel like a lot of those people hate the Rayburns.
Yes. I didn't, to me, appear like she hated Danny.
Yeah.
She definitely hated the dad. She was like,
Definitely.
for sure.
And the mom.
And the mom.
dad and the
Yeah.
mom she mentioned.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally. So so when Danny is in the interrogation moment with John,
Yep.
it was just so intense. I could barely take it. But the line that got me the most was when they were talking back and forth. John was asking him how he got into this whole, how he infiltrated the whole, drug ring and everything.
Right.
And he says he took initiative and Dad would be proud.
That was just to totally, that was to piss the hell out of John, I think.
Right?
Yeah, come on.
Because how much did everybody feel initially? Like, no, he wouldn't. Like, what are you saying? Like, it was such the wrong moment to say.
I think that's what I knew. I knew that the whole whatever conversation they were having, that was the minute we were like, okay, this is taking a turn. Mm-hmm. This ain't gonna be the reveal that we think it's gonna be, where he and John now finally are on the same level. And yeah,
and Danny really makes it known that now he is, you know, playing on an even field, and he has set everything up. He's stayed quiet this whole entire time. The whole season, he's not really mixed it up on a surface level, but he's been weaving this whole plan, you know, behind the scenes,
right
below the surface that people haven't seen. And now he's letting John know, look, all this work has been done behind your back, and if you make one false step, it's all gonna crumble. Like, everything is gonna crumble. Like, what a threat, right?
That was a big threat.
Gino, I have a question for you. Because you got all the scripts, you know, like we're just watching it after it's edited. You got to read the scripts as it went along. How do you, like, did the story come off the same once you watched it than what you read initially?
I guess, I mean, yeah, I guess, for my scenes at least, not everything else. Everything else, I was honestly surprised. And I text Randy, and I text Randy back and forth, like, oh my God, like, you know, are you caught up? And so some of it, no, but my scenes, yeah, honestly, just because I was there. But everything else, no, I was totally shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so these were just like as intense for you as they are for us when we're watching them.
Oh yeah. Even like the interrogation with Danny and John, that was great too. I really love that. And when John steps out to take the phone call from Agent Clay that Raffi was not in the car, then he steps back into the interrogation room, and Danny says he doesn't want to talk anymore because Danny figured that, all right, well, they didn't catch Raffi. You know, he knows what's going on. So
yeah,
that's it. I don't need to tell you anything else. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, completely. When he said, I don't need to tell you anymore. It was just like, oh, such a moment of just him having the upper hand.
The power,
over John.
power card.
The power has shifted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bloodline.
Yeah.
So then why you guys also, like, why is Danny messing with John's kids?
Do we know he's messing with them? I don't know if he is. I think that he's actually. I think there's a part of him that probably appreciates the relationship, and it's because it's sort of leverage. The fact that the kids want a relationship with their uncle, but John and his wife are so adamantly against it. It's like a power card, basically.
Yeah. He knows it bothers them, so he's gonna
rub it in their
all
face.
More.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He wants to spite them and like.
And these are the only family members that don't have some weird preconception of him too.
Right. They have all they know is, oh, my cool uncle that takes us for pizza. Mm-hmm. Right. And tells me weird dating tips. We think. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
We think.
We don't know. We have not heard the whispers, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And with the whole moment of him driving the kids home from school.
Loved it.
Totally loved it, right? And it was just completely random. He drops them off, and John is like, what the heck? What the heck is happening?
Also awkward, that whole scene that Danny and Kevin had in the kitchen when he came in with Chelsea. I just wrote oofta. That's what I wrote. I wrote oofta.
I did. I saw it.
That's
saw
all.
it on there. So
I was like, yeah. I don't know where it is on my notes, but I totally
that
did.
Was a super awkward, creepy run-in.
Oh, I wrote awkward. Yes.
He's like, we
sure.
finally
That was
have
so
something
gross.
in common.
Ew.
It was like,
ew.
why?
I know. It was like graphic and disgusting and weird.
I think it's also just he's doing power things over his family members. He's exercising any level of manipulation and power that he can to make them feel like little people.
Right. So with Mom, he's got guilt. With John, he's messing with the kids. And then, like, I guess everyone's got guilt. So Kevin, it's with the girlfriend. But with Meg, she's confessed. So she doesn't have anything.
She's free.
in the clear.
She's already said she doesn't feel good about it.
The truth has set her free.
Ooh.
But maybe he's got something else on her that we're unaware of. It's totally possible. Who knows? Danny's
He's a
slick.
sneaky guy. Yeah.
He's a slick dude.
He is very slick.
He's not as slick as Raffi, but he's slick.
No, Raffi's not that slick.
I mean, Raffi didn't make it to the Bahamas after all.
It's true.
You know?
That's true. That's true.
Another thought I had after, like, when you walked away from the scene under the bridge was about the wardrobe. And I was like, yeah, it's totally Florida wardrobe. It's so comfortable. He's just like in board shorts and a like sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, he had the greatest wardrobe. It was so.
Gino, tell us how your day-to-day wardrobe differs from the wardrobe in that scene. Do you ever wear any looks similar to that?
No, I don't. I mean, some of my shirts, I have old band tees. I don't have any sleeves yet, but it's usually a lot of black. Plain black tees or white tees.
All right.
Got it.
Black
Plus
shoes
the
and white
one
shoes.
Hawaiian shirt.
Plus that one, yeah. so
One.
in
Let's
my
be real.
closet,
You
it's
borrowed
Black,
that from
black,
Randy.
Black, white, and then Hawaiian shirt.
There you go. Oh, every closet's got to have one, you know?
Yeah.
He bought the Hawaiian shirt at the bait shop.
There you go. It was a souvenir.
Well,
I
you're
have
trying to get a
business
job.
Card. I have a Wayne Lowry's bait shop business card, but I don't have it with me. But
love it.
I kept it. It was a
That's
prop.
cool.
Good. That's good.
That's
yes,
really cool.
I would have kept that as well. I
Oh
would
my
have.
gosh. I
All
like
right.
it. I like it. All right. Well, is it time for predictions, guys?
Oh dear.
I think so.
Mary Lou's got a few. I can see it on her face.
Let's do it. Mary Lou, kick this off.
Well, so this. Oh, let's get our music first.
get the music.
Now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Gina can laugh at us one more week.
I know.
Let's see how wrong they're getting things.
I know.
Right,
This is his favorite part of the
Yeah.
call-in here.
Okay, so
yeah.
what did I infer? I had something earlier that I said, and Gina was like, "Is that a prediction?" I forgot what it was.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, dang it.
Sally being like the mafia boss.
Oh,
Oh.
Gino, you're so good.
So good.
Thank you, Gino. He's got our backs.
When you move to LA, you come be on AfterBuzz with us.
Yeah, there you go.
I got y'all.
Yeah. All right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, totally. I think Sally's gonna be a mafia boss. It's not a real prediction, but I do think that.
What if she is? And you're like,
Honestly, I think it's a good prediction.
Yes, I'm so good at.
you're
mine.
like, that was a real prediction. That was a real
I
prediction.
win at life. Okay, I'll take it back. What if it's real? It doesn't matter. That the whole time I thought John was going to be the one that like resolves all of this.
Okay.
But it's Meg.
You think
Like,
it's
I
Meg?
definitely think it's Meg because of the flashbacks we've got. Kevin's like falling apart with a gun somewhere. Or the flash forwards, rather. We see John on the boat with the boat blowing up. But Meg has just got a phone and is like, what did you do? And somebody's in the trunk. Right? So, but I feel like Meg's the one that is going to triumph in the end of this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You,
End of what?
The end of the season.
Okay.
Because like somebody, we got to be like on board with somebody, right? No? Oh.
I'm still on board with Danny.
Still Team Danny?
Yeah, I'm on
Okay,
board with
still
Danny.
Team Danny.
I'm still Team Danny. I don't know
Okay.
what that means right now exactly,
Yeah.
but I just know that I'm sticking with him. He's my guy.
Okay.
He's my guy. He was put in a bad place, and he's doing what he needs to do.
Oh,
he's doing what he
also-
needs to do. Oh, yeah. What's
Also,
yes, also.
Yeah.
When somebody was like, Danny, do you have kids? And he's like, I
Oh,
don't think I'd be a
yes.
good father. Oh, he's got a baby somewhere.
I wrote that.
That's
I
what I'm
wrote
saying.
that. I wrote.
I've been
You've been
thinking
saying that
that
forever.
since the beginning. Yes.
Look, I wrote this. Not sure that I'm cut out to be a father does not mean that Danny doesn't have kids.
Yeah, and Gino just laughed really hard, so that probably means we're wrong. But I've also been saying that since the beginning. I think he has a kid someplace.
I wonder with who though. It's definitely not that woman that we saw back in Miami.
It could be a rando. I don't know.
Okay, I know nothing for next week outside of obviously Danny is gonna continue to manipulate, and obviously the drug stuff is gonna be on pause for a bit. So maybe is he gonna go to Miami to claim his funds? Maybe. I'm going with that.
Yeah, because, well, he does. He
He's
knows
leaving.
that nobody's picking them
He's
up.
left piles of money in his apartment, and I feel like he needs to go fetch it or do something with it.
Right.
And now is his perfect opportunity because the fish orders are not going to be coming in like they were.
Yeah, they are certainly not. That is true. I also know nothing
Okay.
about anything.
Good.
But I do know
It's a strong position to be in.
You know,
we're
I'm
in
there.
a strong position.
I'm
us
holding
two.
firm onto
Yes.
that.
Okay.
But I do think that Marco is going to come around. He's going to bounce back quickly from this confession. I
okay.
think he's with it.
Okay.
I think they're going to get married. They're gonna have the wedding because
We
the
see
guys
that.
have to be in the seersucker suits again.
That's true. He might like go have like sleep with another woman and to spite her.
Yeah, I mean, and then cool, they're even. Whatever.
I've got a new prediction.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wedding happens.
Yes.
Wedding happens. Alec shows up. He's the one in the trunk
No, oh, really? Oh.
because she's like, I'm trying to fix my life. Get
But then
outta
what
here.
happens to Danny? Oh, Marielou. It could. Oh, it's just all over the place now.
That just like rattled my brain. I was like, what is happening?
Okay, Gino, how'd we do?
Fail. Fail.
He's like, I don't even know what I just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
yeah,
English?
I don't-
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know.
He's got nothing for us. He's got nothing. All
That's
right,
all he
I think
has
we've
to
got 3 more episodes of Bloodline.
I think so.
Yes.
3 more.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing on Twitter from people who are like, oh, I just binge watched it all. The last few episodes were really stressful. So
Oh,
I think
great.
we're in for it. I think we're in
goodness.
for it.
Mentally prepare
yeah.
now, folks.
Is it going to be the hardest ever for us not to just press and just binge the last 3? Man, this season's been difficult.
Am I gonna need whiskey to watch the next 3?
Allison,
Yes.
you need whiskey watching all of them. Hello.
You don't watch it with whiskey?
Don't we all do that?
Darn it.
I watch it with ginger ale.
Ah, now.
Well, yesterday, I guess your first episode was episode 10 with the ginger ale. You've been on a dry spell from the ginger ale. Gino, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was an excellent surprise. Thank you
Yes.
so much for popping in and keeping us company tonight. This was fantastic. And
You're the best.
The best. We loved getting to
Thanks
know
for
your side of
having me.
things.
Hashtag RIP Rafi.
Oh, I hope Kate's
We
watched.
shed a tear. That's right. Hashtag RIP Rafi.
Okay.
It's a sad day.
We'll hashtag that. Trust us.
Yes.
We will do it.
Yes.
All right, Gino, thanks so much.
We'll talk to you on the flip side.
On the interwebs.
On the internet. All right.
See
Take
ya.
care. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Bye,
thank
Gino.
You.
And,
Excellent.
yes, you can find him if you look up Gino Vento. You can find all of
Yes.
his social media.
He's very easy to find.
He is.
And he's fun to interact with, especially if you wear blonde wigs.
Yeah, send him pictures of you in blonde wigs.
He'll
He's gonna
appreciate
love
that.
it.
He'll
Please do.
appreciate
He's
that.
gonna love it.
He'll for sure appreciate
Challenge
that.
the viewers.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm exhausted after this episode and recap. It was intense. I can only imagine what episode 11 is going to be.
Oi.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. Thanks, ladies, for joining me yet again tonight on another after show recap extravaganza. I've been your host, Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media, and also on my YouTube show with the Alison Dean, Winos and Onesies.
Oh, that'd be me. Yes, you can find me at the Alison Dean. You can find me on other shows here, and most certainly with Blake V Media over here on Winos and Onesies, where we have a grand old time.
And I'm Marielou Mandl. You can find me on all social media at Marielou Mandl. And I could
Well,
also be
she'll-
on Winos and
yes.
Onesies, but they don't see me. I just
no,
creep
no.
in the back with a bottle.
You're gonna come on.
We
You're gonna
welcome
come on.
it.
You're gonna come
She'll
on.
be a guest
All right.
cameo.
Yes,
Yep.
I just want to drink. I just want to drink with you guys.
Okay.
Girl, you're invited.
All
you're
right.
invited.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Have a great night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.